at least some help. He agreed to start the escalation at the time 150 rupees with the allowance. And then after the IOB gave it, it went to the other banks also. Then later on the government approved it as a scheme, But the credit goes to IOB. IOB was the first bank which did it. Again I will tell you comrades, IOB is the first bank which increased the SBI amount to 5,000 rupees, 7,500 rupees and 10,000 rupees. When other banks are still continuing to give the same old SBI, and now ultimately, only about a year back, the same benefit has gone to the other banks also. Again, IOB, it is to the credit of IOB management that SBI was improved substantially, became later on a regular feature in other banks. Again, I would like to tell you, sir, at the time, Comrade Gopinath and myself were the president and general secretary of the organization. Bank was going through a rough weather, even at the time. In 1992, the new accounting norms, IOB had posted the highest loss, the biggest loss in the entire industry, and the talks were there at the time that IOB would be merged with some other banks. Of course, the management and the associations, the unions, they joined hands as one man, and we took a resolution that IOB will survive, and we will do everything to see that IOB survives, and IOB survived. At that point of time, we went and requested Mr. Subramaniam, again I'm telling the then chairman, that there is no staff welfare fund in the bank. No staff welfare fund in the bank. Sir, why don't we start a staff welfare fund? Our Natarajan was the general manager at the time, TAD, N.R. Natarajan. Mr. Subramaniam just laughed at us and he told us, what is this 752 crores loss, highest loss in the banking industry, and you are asking to start a staff welfare fund when the bank is incurring losses? How is it possible? We told, yes sir, we agree. But you have to give some oxygen to the people also. They have the determination, willpower to do everything for this bank. You must see that the people get large number of promotions, and there was a year highest number of promotions, 900, 600 and all promotions came, and we told that, sir, even when the bank was making profit, unfortunately the staff welfare fund was not started. But now, though of course we know that the bank is has posted a big loss, but still, in a token way, as a token, start the staff welfare fund. He said that, okay, 752 crores loss. Let it be another 50 lakhs extra. 7,52,000, 50 lakhs loss. I will earmark 50 lakhs for staff welfare fund. I think this kind of large-heartedness of the management, I can never forget about it. It was, I should thank Natarajan, who played a big role at the time. Comrade Srinivasan was the director, Comrade Srinivasan and myself as the directors, and Comrade Gopinath was there. Mr. Balasubramanian was the general secretary of the union. I know he has got so many things pro-employees, pro-retirees. I'm very happy when I heard it. In fact, I was just wondering why the REMA scheme is there. It is almost virtually buried. I was very much worried, and even today morning, when we were having discussion with Karunakaran, I was telling that we have to do something. This REMA cannot be just allowed to be buried. It has to be revived. It has to be revived. Some kind of health insurance, this health scheme in the name of REMA should be there. And without our telling, sir, you mentioned about the REMAs, and you have given the hope to us now. I am very certain that in the near future, REMA will get the life again, and to the extent possible, that will give some kind of relief. Of course, another matter is industry level, the medical health insurance policy, there is an industry level issue. I do understand. We will see that. how it can be worked out. In fact, we have already given a detailed memorandum to the ministry, to the minister also, saying that when central government pensioners are getting 100% medical relief after the retirement, 100% medical relief in the name of CGHS. One-time payment at the time of retirement, they have to give, whether it is the secretary of the ministry or whether it is class 4 employee. One-time payment he will make, lifetime he will get the medical reimbursement. We also know that either the entire insurance premium should be borne by the bank as it is being borne for the serving employees, or you introduce a CGHS scheme, we will give one-time payment for that. Well, I can only tell you that Comrade J.D. Sharma and Comrade Hans and myself, when we met the department officials, they were little taken aback, and they told me, yes, there is a point. There is a point in your argument. We will try to consider whether it is possible. Either in the insurance premium, how it can be reimbursed, because we told very clearly that the government guideline doesn't say that premium should be borne by the, for the serving employees, it will be borne by the bank, and for the retirees, it will be borne by the retirees. The government scheme simply said that you may devise a medical insurance scheme out of the staff welfare fund, and if the staff welfare fund is not enough, you transfer the funds to the staff welfare fund. From there, you don't give any cash bill. And it never said that for the retirees, you have to recover it from their pension. So the ministry is also almost thinking on those lines. They say that we have to do something. Only thing that if IBA also comes to the management committee of IBA, also puts the case very, very strongly. And we are very happy that the chairman of the bank, the executive directors of the bank, for them the scheme is already in place. What is given to them also should come to the other than to their subordinates also. That is a simple request we have made. So, comrades, whether it is medical insurance, now the issues remaining, the agenda, I am sure that the agenda of pension updation will be resolved very shortly. Let us be very, very confident about it. Let us be very confident. It will be resolved very shortly. And we are ready to make some compromise. That is, we say that we give it as per the RBI form, as per the RBI formula. And from the date it is given to the RBI people, that is 2019 March. The judgment will come. Judgment should be in our favor. That is the hope we are having. Should be in our favor. And then what is left is two main issues. Unfortunately, the UOB is giving us more and more issues. Unfortunately, it is not our creation. One is the medical insurance, we have to sort it out. The special allowance component, it is something very, very difficult to digest. Why a special allowance component is introduced in the wage revision itself is a mystery. I remember during Godpole's days, even if the load factor used to be 10%, out of that 10%, nearly 7% used to go for basic pay construction, because that will help us for the terminal benefits. That was the most. But now it has been reduced to 2%, 2.5%, and 3%. This time only 3%. And special allowance is given right from the lowest rank to the top post, up to the general manager, without assigning any special duty for them, in the name of special allowance. No doubt, today the purse is full when the salary is received. But on the date of his retirement, the pension amount comes down considerably. So that has become now a problem for us, created by the UOB, but it has become our responsibility now to see that. So for that, again, the case that have to be filed, and we have filed the case. And that case also now, all those cases are now different courts, high courts, people have filed the cases. It has been transferred to Delhi High Court now. So, though the major mission is over, again, the additional agenda. One is medical insurance and second is the special allowance. And gratuity, some kind of inconsistencies. All these are there for us, comrades. Well, my only reason is that many times people ask us that, sir, what is this, at this age you are going around, you are talking and all that. Comrades, we have, no doubt we have retired, but we are not tired at all. We are not tired. We are almost reaching 80 years of age with all kind of health problems. But then, of course, we have that kind of missionary zeal in all of us. Today, otherwise, no doubt, the hall is not full, I agree. When Comrade Rangarajan and Tyagarajan contacted me and told me that we have taken Kamarajar Hall, I had mixed feelings. I was happy for one reason, because I become very nostalgic. My last conference as General Secretary was held in this very venue, in 2005. At that time, Dr. C. Rangarajan, the then chairman of the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council, he was the chief guest. The hall was full and overflowing. There was standing ovation, and Dr. Rangarajan was very much impressed. He said, what is this? And a conference of an association in such a with such grandeur. And when I came to know that this hall is good, I was happy that, yes, in the same venue, as IOMAR President, I am going to address. Probably an indication also to me. As I retired in 2005, it may be an indication to me also. And it has to be. I take it in my stride. But then, of course, the second feeling was that whether the hall will be full. Because the retirees, after all, with all their difficulties, whether they will be able to come down here. We know that during our service, when we are in service, whether it is Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, and all that, people used to come in large numbers. But here, when the same kind of travel, now the people are not able to undertake. And so we were just wondering. But the point is that though the largest hall, the hall is large, but our heart is also large. So we have put a big hall to see that everybody is very comfortable. And with that, the conference of this triennial conference of this alliance, I must say that with a galaxy of former executives, the present executives, and from different affiliates. See, Comrade Tipu Swami is here, Comrade Year Krishnamurthy from Bangalore has come down here, and from the sister organization, the fraternal kind of greetings, Comrade Chandramoli is the president of the IOBO Retirees Association, he has come down here. Our Natarajanji and very many managers, right from senior Krishnas to junior Krishna, everybody is here. Comrade Dimple, Explorer person, another household name in IOB and in Chennai. Now, people have come. So, with this kind of gathering, people coming in large numbers. Even now, this is a very large attendance. I can see the people going a little scattered, but then the hall is almost full. Hats off to the organizers, Comrade Tyagarajan and the entire team. The way they toiled and they brought the people here and making this a grand success. Comrades, I echo with the Comrade Suprito Sarkar that come what may, the agenda of Iowa Park, even if it is further items are there, we have established such a kind of credibility, and this credibility and the sense of commitment that we have, I am sure that success will come to us, and till that time, the struggle will continue, and I always believe that struggles will lead to successes, and for us, struggles and successes are always there, and ultimately our goal is success and success and success alone, and we shall achieve success in all our issues. And for that, the kind of wonderful support that you are giving, please continue to give that support. We thank you very much, and I am very happy that this conference is a historic conference in a historic hall, Kamaraja, the great man. And in that hall, we are conducting this conference. Thank you, comrades. Thank you very much for the wonderful support that you are giving. And as a Arise man, first time I am an Arise man, then only I am an Iowa Park man. I am very grateful to Comrade Karunakaran and Comrade Rangarajan and his entire team of office bearers for the kind of wonderful support they are extending to Iowa Park. Thank you, comrades. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Comrade Acharya. Comrades, recently we have a governing council meeting at Delhi, AGM governing council meeting. When Acharya made an opening statement, he was talking about 100% deregulation, how we have lost in the court, and subsequently how it was achieved. He said, though the case was lost in the court, the cost was not lost. Such a committed leader, committed to the cause, and he made a solemn announcement that pension upgradation we will achieve. I think, sir, we rally behind you. The entire officers committee, retired officials, retired comrades, under the banner of CPPO, we rally behind the leadership and see that the success comes to us. As you said, success will come. Comrades, we are going to listen from Comrade Balaji, Comrade Narav, and others. Please listen. Please wait. Don't leave. Comrades, now I request, before I request Comrade Narav, I must tell for one thing. When Acharya said the load factor was 2%, 2.5%, 3%, the last three settlements, the 95% settlement under the Comrade Narav, the load was to the basic pay, the starting basic pay was 15.26%. The end level basic pay, it was around 26.39%. Highest load that was met. Maybe that became an ISO for the entire offices, and also IBA has woken up that how this type of load factor can be done, that only made them to reduce the load. That was one of the good settlement under the leadership of Comrade Narav. I was associated with him as a second-line functionary, not as a main negotiator. And the way he argued, the way he clinched the settlement is historic, in the sense that 17.5% on established expenses he achieved. That is to be surpassed by Comrade Balaji. Maybe the next settlement he will surpass it. Now we request Comrade Narav to address us.
Comrade President Rangarajan, our CMD in absentia, who has already left, I think. President of the IPOC, K.V. Acharya, General Secretary, UP Sarkar, Balaji, President of the NCB, my other comrades on the dais and off the dais. We have just now listened to the spirited speech of K.V. Acharya. He has already told you people that we are retired but not tired. But how to express it? whether you are tired or retired, I am just observing because of I don't know whether the AC is high. But clapping and other things, I again go back to the tired or something. That tiring, raising the slogans and other things. Today you should be a model to the serving organization, with due respect to Balaji. He is going to talk to the serving organization after observing our conferences. And in our retired people also, though he says that, arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. And that is how Arise has given a rise to the Hyde Park. Though they have a magnanimity in telling that during the period of when I was the General Secretary and Sarkar was the President, that Hyde Park took birth in 2012 at Nagpur. But behind the screen, the two tall leaders were trying their level best for more than 5 to 6 years. Before I became General Secretary also. Those two tall leaders are no one other than K.V. Acharya and M.R. Gopinath Rao, who used to come to our office in the AIGOC, and their only one demand was that when are you going to start the exclusive retirement organization for the AIGOC people who are going to get to retire. Of course, we are not restricted the membership to only officers, but clerical staff can also, our staff can also join, because after retirement, you know that. The people say that after the chess game is over, all the coins, whether the queen, king, all the soldiers will be put in the same box. Similarly, after the retirement in the banking industry also, everybody is retired and everybody is a pensioner. Therefore, we are not restricted their decision. I would like to say that though Arise has completed, I think, more than 20 years, 27th body, and you are conducting here. But whereas the Hyde Park after 12 years is fortunate enough to get the leadership from the Arise. Sometimes I feel envy that IOB leadership, because serving when I was the Secretary of the AIGC, and even after retirement, I am just observing that IOB has a different mettle in the leadership. Of course, leaders should have lion's courage. Leaders should have the elephant's ear to listen. Leaders should have an eagle's eye to observe. Above all, leaders should have a mother's heart also. All these qualities I am seeing in the IOB leadership, whether they retired or the serving organization. Added to that, your President has already added that when you were the General Secretary and Gopinath Rao as the President, you had the benevolent management. I think no also, management is always benevolent. We have to say benevolent only, otherwise we will not get anything. So we have to praise and we should continue to praise. The IOBMs are, leadership is different, as I am telling you, as Supreet was already told you in his opening remarks. You have negotiators, you have calculators, you have the analyzers, you have advocates, whatnot. You have so many. More than that, you have a militant membership to support the organization. That is most important. I know that when I was in the service as a General Secretary of the Federation, Federal Federation as well as the AIGC General Secretary, many more benefits which the IOB was giving were not there in other banks, including State Bank of India. I always quote that housing loan scheme, 7.5 lakh rupees was the industry level ceiling, which was there everywhere, except in one or two banks, that is the IOB is the one bank, and also that the Federal Bank, they had already crossed that. Thereafter, we got the courage in the State Bank of India who made it as a 20 lakh rupees. At that time, everybody was looking at State Bank, why it is 20 for renewing, don't pay for others. As General Secretary, AIGC was looking to extend it to the others. Now today, it has crossed, I think, almost 1 crore rupees also. Somewhere it has to start. As I rightly said that for a common man, roti, kapra and makan is sufficient. But for the retired fellow, it is not sufficient. Roti, kapra, makan, we need medicine also. So 4 things are there, roti, kapra, makan or medicine. That is the reason why that you are requesting the IOB management to give some subsidy or premium should be borne by the management. In State Bank of India, it is partially achieved. The stage by stage, the things will change. Coming back to the bipartites, the 8 bipartites, at the last para, they added the one more option for the pension. That is, IBA voluntarily accepted that you can add one more thing, but not in the same pension which you are getting, but something different. That is, you may have to contribute something. Comrade Acharya is the signatory to the 8th bipartite. That in the 8th bipartite, IBA was telling that pensioners are also with us. So we have to do something like that. 9th bipartite that gave an opportunity for us to make it a reality by signing the agreement on second option on pension. Unfortunately, the 10th bipartite, IBA forgot about the pensioners. And they created a note saying that there is no contractual relation between the pensioners and the bank, and made the UAPO leadership to sign it. Maybe when there is a saying that whenever you are angry, not speak. Whenever you are happy, not promise. But on the happy occasion, they made when signing the 10th bipartite, UAP leadership was made to sign a note wherein, I don't know whether by reading or not reading, they signed it with due respect to them, that the note is regarding declaring that there is no contractual relation between the pensioners and the management. 11th bipartite, 10, 11, 12, 2%, 2.5%, 3% load as your IOB has another cost amount also. He was telling, he has just now told you that our loading was left, it was 17.5% highest increase on the cost of the pension cost in the 9th bipartite. Out of 17.5%, how much we have utilized for the pension, basic pay, DA, of course, other allowances, etc. It is left to the organization, left to us. The 4 officers organization led by the AGOC. And with the help of our own people like Anand Kumar and even Rangarajan was also helping, J.D. Sharma and all. The loading was unlimited. Started with 10%, 12%, 15%, it went up to 26% and the highest. Maybe labor's enemy. 10th onwards, I think they came at 2%, 2.5%, 3%. It is not only injustice to the serving organization, but also the retired people. Today, if you calculate the ex-gratia, 11th and 10th and 11th, 12th people are looking at earlier people. They are getting higher ex-gratia, I am not getting it. It is because the basic pension, basic pay has been restricted with the 2.5 and 3%. So this, the 9th, 10th bipartite, they created I think, a type of, declaring that there is no relation. 11th bipartite, of course, they tried their level best. Some leaders made that without the improvement in or without the updation, they will not sign it. Somehow it went 5-day week, of course it went on 11th. 12th, I am very happy that whether the ex-gratia, name itself says that it is a gratis. When the gratis is given 100 rupees or 500 rupees, you cannot question them. It is only given as a purchase. One time that during a Diwali or during a festival, you are going to your servant giving something, no? That is ex-gratia. So today I am happy not because the ex-gratia is paid, because IB has again realized the mistake committed in 10th bipartite and corrected it, saying that there is a relation between the pensioners and the management. That is the greatest achievement of the 12th bipartite as far as I am concerned. Whether the management considers such a relation is there or not, but relation is there. Men may come, men may go, but these relations will not go. The people who are interpreting in the 8th bipartite and 9th bipartite may be different from the management side. 10th and 11th may be different. 12th bipartite, with the support of the UAPU that we are in a position to get that, we have also a say in the performance of the banks. Whether that is the share is sufficient or not sufficient, whether it is reasonably calculated, that is there. But one more thing which they have created this time, again signing the minutes on the residual issues. Usually residual issues used to be residual. Residual means they remain there only. But today I am very happy that the 12th Parliament residual issues have also been signed a minute on the same day when they signed the joint note at the agreement. Congratulations to the UMP leadership, congratulations to the Balaji that you have signed the residual issues also. Now you are ready for the 30th bipartite, that all the issues have been clinched. But in the residual issues, some promises are there. One promise, if you read it, your blood boils. If you are really involved in your pension organization, that what is the pension, other things, they say that. Again, the UP leadership has signed saying that no onwards, this expenditure of payment should continue on an annual basis. Updation should continue. As if there is no provision in the updation of the pension regulations. And how can you fool the people? IBA has already once fooled before the High Court of Punjab saying that there is no regulation as far as updation is considered. Now they are thinking, trying to swear how to come back and take a U-turn and tell to the Supreme Court that there is a provision, section 35(1) for the updation of the pension. That is there. But here again you are right in saying that we demand updation. We are not demanding updation. We are demanding implementation of the provision which is already there in the pension regulation. It is not a new demand. It is not a new demand. Let the youth leadership reread that first sentence. Let the IBA also reread that English is a foreign language. Very easy to manipulate, very easy to fool others. So your English language, please translate it and say that you demand implementation of the updation which is already there in the pension that the regulations, that is implementation of the section 35(1) as far as other banks are concerned. Of course, State Bank of India, what is there in the industry will be given to the State Bank of India also. So that is what I think this time that in the minutes also, residual minutes also, pensioners issue is remaining. Second attempt they have written improvements to the pension. What is that improvement? Why can't you write updation to the pension has to be implemented? That is not there. But I have compliments to the negotiating team that within a short period they have achieved many more things in the 12th bipartite. And we are very happy because that the new leadership has surpassed achieving in almost all the parameters of the service conditions except this updation of pension which is there. And of course, the special allowance, tomorrow you should not say that everything is over, now pensions operations have no demand other things. The special allowance which has been introduced in the 10th bipartite in eve of the basic pay. Instead of giving the 10, 12, 15% load in the basic pay, you have created one more allowance which is called as a special allowance. What is special about special allowance is that it is not eligible for the pension. That is the specialty of the special allowance. Whereas it is eligible for the dearness allowance, not for the purpose of the paying into the pay. I think it is only a temporary. Many things which the management have refused, those things have been granted from the courts. I can quote to 3-4 things. 5 years, the adding to the service at the time of PRS was denied to some categories of people. That was done through the court. Another thing through the court, 1684, that was also done through the court. So these so many things which are refused at the bank level. At some time, then they will again come back in the form of the direction from the court. A day will come. Definitely, I have a belief in the Supreme Court saying that the special allowance must be taken into account while calculating the pension. It should be treated as a pay. It will definitely come. For the 10th, 11th, and 12th bipartite retirees, it will make double bonanza because at that time, now it is a 26.5% increase is there in the special allowance. I think Balaji can correct me. That is as good as you have loaded 26.5 plus 3.5. That is about 31-32% loading, which exceeds 9th bipartite. That day may come that special allowance will be treated as a basic pay for the purpose of the pension also. So all these things, as the leadership was telling that IUP was the first in implementing it. Sometimes the God gives, but the priest denies. Whereas in case of the IOB, I say that we have become a neighbor's enemy. Not only we have tall leaders, we have intelligent leaders, we have leaders who have been recognized in the economy. J.D. Sharma was just telling that. He gave us some lecture in the in the University of Madras and came back, and he conducted some training in the Pondicherry and come back. Which bank employee or which bank officer, which leader has that much capacity to be there? And Lady Sharmaji not only took care of the banking of the demand, but I am told that in State Bank of India also he came and also he also assisted our management how to present into the present into the DFS about the 40-50 anomaly. You are extending your arm not only that limited to IOB or the other banks, but also the State Bank of India. That is why I say that I envy that you have such a leadership at the helm of affairs. With the such things which is unachievable can be achieved, as I have already quoting that 100% DA neutralization. Or as I was telling that the family pension. Now that after the updation, the next agenda will be special allowance. One more thing, your CM was telling that the pensioners number has increased. Whether happy or not happy, I don't know. Management whether he is happy or not happy because the pensioners are increasing. But for next 10 years, the increase may not be there because during those 75 to 85, there was no recruitment. Now the number of retirees from month to month, years to year are coming down. After 10 years and adding another 10 years, there may be a day when no pensioner will be there, whereas bank balance sheet will be full of the pension fund. What will be done at that time is the question mark. What are you going to do after 20-25 years? There is no pensioner because 2010 you have introduced surreptitiously, or of course in the case of the quid pro quo for the second option on pension, that the new pension has been introduced from 1/4/2010. So for them, if they are going to retire or putting up 30 or 40 years of service, they next 2040 or 50, you will not have any pensioner whose pension will be debited to the pension fund, whereas the pension fund will grow year after year. At that time, I don't know whose account it will be transferred. Whether they will be utilized this account for the after the writing up of the NPA, or advancing some big people like big industrialists from the pension fund. This has to be thought over. That there is a need that for the calculators, our calculators are here, Randrajan is here. There is a need for the advocates are there. Here our Karnatharan is there. Here our Lady Sharmaji is there. The best negotiator, our K.V. Acharya is there. Mother Khas, our Gopinath is there. Above all, our Suprito Sarkar, a hard-working person who has created history, even surpassing the number of circulars issued by the serving organizations. The 120 plus circulars he has issued in last year, this time also, that the number may increase. So I am very much thankful that because my job is only to advise. Advisors are not there for the performance. A small quote is that a bull was sleeping next to our sugarcane field, and a small calf came and asked us, "What are you doing?" It was just churning it. What are you doing? I am emotionally eating the sugarcane. So you can also eat it. No, I want to eat it physically. What has to be done? Then there is a fence. You cannot cross that fence and go and eat the sugarcane. Then this bull who has told that the calf that it is very easy. You jump this. What is that? This thing and go that side and eat the sugarcane and come back. Very easy. Otherwise, we gave it to them. So that it is not that easy, Baba. How you are, when you are telling that you please show me, you just jump and eat and come back, then I will do it. The bull said, no, now I am only advisor. I can only give advice. I cannot perform. So I am the advisor. I can only give the advice. It's not to perform. That performing has gone. So in a jocular way, I am very much thankful to the Arise for having given me an opportunity to be a part of this historic the function which you have conducted here. It is a coincidence. When you were serving as the General Secretary of the IOB, he conducted a program here. It was the full overflowing. Now, as the President of the IPAC or the Arise has conducted this, this is a very special this thing. A day will come that this hall will also be overflow when the Arise conducts its programs in the years to come. I wish that everybody should don't worry about tax ratio. That whatever is there, you take it, enjoy it. Don't behave like a retired people. Behave like even though you are 72, behave like a 27, because it's all there in your mindset. whether you are 72 or 27. I have seen some people with a 27 years of age are walking like a 72 years old man. And 72 years old people are there. I am sitting before me. The 80 people are there on the dais. They are see how they jump, how they walk, because the successful persons are not doing different things. They do things differently and they spring in their leg. So with these things, I am very thankful to the Arise leadership for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this historic and also IPAR having given us an importance to the advisors. One more advisor is in Calcutta. He is not there in this country. So on his behalf and on my behalf, I thank the Arise and thank the UOB also for whatever something has been done through Balaji. Don't go and tell them that we are only blaming the UOB. We are not neither blaming UOB, we cannot blame the management also. But only thing which you are asking is that मेरे अंदर में तुम्हारा क्या काम है? Please discuss with the management, please discuss with the IBA, tell them that these are the pensioners' issue, better discuss with the pensioners. That will be the greatest day. If the UOP demands that, we will not negotiate, let the pensioners' organization negotiate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lord. Finally, advisor has advised Comrade Balaji. One of the nice speech by Comrade Nadaf. Next, I request Comrade K. Chandrasekharan, the Executive of AB Park, Karnataka State, a vibrant leader from Indian Bank. And he is a very good orator, but time is a constraint. He knows that, and maybe he will request Comrade Chandrasekharan to address us.
Comrade Rangarajan, President of this meeting. Since Ananda Kumar has put on notice about the time, I convert my addressing of all the leaders as leaders in the past. This is a very enjoyable meeting. Other than MDCU, as usual, he has addressed. Comrade Supriyo started in a beautiful way. I will not speak on this subject. I will not speak on this subject. I will not speak on updation. I will not speak on special alerts. I will not speak on anything. By telling all these things, he has spoken about all subjects. This is one way of speaking. Of course, Comrade Acharya has given a detailed account. One topic that I wanted to touch, Comrade Advisor, Comrade Nadaf has exhausted. The only thing that disturbs me was, on 9th the paper was signed, and with due regards to Comrade Balaji, because I don't know him personally, first time I am meeting him, but a lot of assignments is being given to me. Nadaf has referred the residual issues that has been signed on 8/6. It consists of around 18 points. The first point is improvement in the PLI scheme, and the second point is updation of pension. Creating a provision of an updation of pension. That updation should take place with every bipartite. This is that agreement. And another agenda is improvement on pension. So many other valid agendas are there. My request to Comrade Balaji is, see, in a real sense, there is award, the award staff service terminal benefits are dealt by award through awards and settlements. Maybe Sastri Award, Desai Award, so more than 18 awards are there. In respect of officer service conditions, it is dealt through service regulations. In a real ideal situation, there should not be a need for a retiree organization at all, because all the subjects are taken care of by the, should have been taken care of by the serving organization. But priorities change, times change, leaders change. So ultimately, the retiree organizations are formed. There is a need to focus on retirees issues, which were not earlier focused. That is why the retiree organizations are formed. What at that time One of my friends asked me when retail organization was formed in our bank, in other banks. Bank was formed in 2012 with a preparatory conference at Nagpur and thereafter at Delhi. The foundation conference was held. What you will do? You are not able to negotiate. You don't have the negotiating status. You don't have the consultative status. What you will do? He asked me one question. Whether swimming can be learned by correspondence course. What is the general answer? Swimming cannot be learned by correspondence course. I was also believing that after the formation of Hyderabad, I came to a conclusion that swimming can be learned by correspondence course because we have one updation of pension, we have one the 1684 case, we have one pension option for compulsory retirees, we have through legal route, we have one the PL encashment and regulation 26 and so many victories. Victory is only awaiting us. Just for a change, the 100% utilization went the other way. So naturally, everybody thought this act is closed. But we have proved that when Mahatma Gandhi was leading the freedom movement, when Bengal was partitioned, Karsan Prabhu was the person who was leading the British administration. Gandhi told Karsan Prabhu, you are doing a great mistake. Partition is going to cost the nation very much. Karsan Prabhu told, it is a settled fact. But Gandhi replied, we will unsettle the settled fact. Likewise, Hyderabad will unsettle all the settled facts. And you will reach great heights in clinching, be it updation of pension, be it allowance or anything for that matter. We are there to grow and reach great heights. I only request to Comrade Balaji is, see, IVA is a management body. People going on change. But we are limited form of bank unions. I don't call them as serving organizations umbrella. I only treat them as my younger brothers and younger sisters. See, whenever during our times, I retired in June 30 from Indian Bank. I was leading the All India Indian Bank Officers Association as president of the association. Whenever some people in my committee or any meeting tell, like our times, these youngsters do not have commitment towards trade union, they don't have the value of the trade union and all that. I used to immediately refute them. They asked, how do you know why you are refuting? You are saying before your own age. No, it's not correct. I firmly believe I have one daughter. My daughter is better than me in all respects. Likewise, you constitute of youngsters, and if you motivate them, if you educate them, they can definitely come to the rescue of the elders, because Indian culture is such that respecting the elders is the son or daughter who respect the elders is treated as a most valuable human being. So I am sure people like Balaji, our own IBOC leaders and even AGM leaders will realize that there is a need to coordinate before going on the discussion with the IBM management. As leader of the biggest union of employees, next to IBA, Comrade Balaji can definitely talk to their leaders. Let them have at least a discussion with the retail organization leaders as to what is your requirement, what is your need, where do the gap arises, why there is why somebody should call that I am not having any contractual relationship. When I retired, I called my personal department and asked me, I want my biodata. They said, generally they don't do. No, I want it. Because chairman was hosted a meeting to me, on structured meeting, consultative meeting in my honor. So I called him, my biodata start. I was hired on 5/3/1976 and they leave. I told the officer, why? When you have hired me, why you have not fired me? So that kind of a culture has come. So changing trends are that, but our values remain. So I think you has to reconsider the fact that we have only built the industry. We are not just trading in people. German is MDCU is not there. You are talking about the bank's growth and all that, how the IOB suffered a setback. Every bank has faced a setback, and that our bank faced was a setback. But we could turn around, and we could now another bank is merged with our bank. Because we carried a slogan, the well-being of the staff, well-being of the retirees flows from the well-being of the institution. That is our slogan. With that slogan, we have achieved. With due regards to the EFU, with due regards to IBA, with due regards to the BFS, I am telling you one thing. I will, due to paucity of time, I will only quote Our Times movie. 1970, I completed my graduation. I worked in business department in the research wing, and thereafter I joined accounts, state government treasuries and accounts, and thereafter I joined the bank. During that time, see, the famous movie was going on. All of you would have seen the movie in Our Times, Bobby. Dimple Kapadia was the daughter of a fisherman, and I think Rishi Kapoor. A lot of Kapoors are there. I will not write or wrong. I don't know. Let us say Rishi Kapoor was the boy. Both will fall in love with each other. See, Rishi Kapoor's boy's father will not be agreeable to marry these two lovers. The movie will go on like this. The last but one scene, Rishi Kapoor's father, the boy's father, will go to the hut of the girl's father, that is Dimple Kapadia's father. He is a fisherman. He will go and tell, "Arey boy," he will go with his briefcase. "Arey boy, this suitcase contains 5 lakhs rupees. Accept this suitcase and ask your daughter to forget my son. I want to marry my son to a richer guy." This fisherman will clap and profusely laugh. He said, "What you are laughing? Have you ever seen 5 lakh rupees? You count them now. You will realize its value." He will again laugh. The fisherman father will again laugh and profusely laugh. He will ask you why you are laughing. Arey, he will return his speech. Arey, your money can be counted. You know, my sea is full of fishes. Today I will go for fishing for 7 hours, 8 hours. I will return. If I decide to go for fishing for ever continuously, I can catch fish and going on catch fish and can earn any amount of money. Your money can be counted. My fishes cannot be counted. The sea is always full of fishes like this hall, and the people who could not come and occupy this hall, there are more than 7 lakh retirees who are going to outnumber. It's not an ideal situation. Serving people should be more in number, but the fact remains the retirees like fish in the sea. The retirees are more than 7 lakh retirees are there. Now only we are conducting Dharna in Jantar Mantar or state capital, district capital and all that. If you want, we will go to the taluk capital, town capital, everywhere, and we can create the biggest possible fight, and we can definitely succeed because we know what is the industry. We have built the bank, we have built this movement. We can definitely rebuild this, retain this movement and take the movement to this thing. Opportunity is given to EFU to resolve the problem. We treat them as our younger brothers and sisters to resolve the problem, but that does not mean if the problems are not, retirees is not, will definitely not fail in their commitment. Retiree associations have proved that the swimming can be learned by correspondence code. So I request all the comrades who have assembled here and who could not come here to take let us take a resolve that we will not waver, we will not falter, we will not tire, and we shall overcome. Thank you, comrades.
Thank you, Comrade Chandrasekhar. Now the time to listen to the hero of Pearl Backward Settlement. He is the son of Comrade Ramaswamy. So he has got more concern about all of us. Comrade Balaji. In fact, when I interacted with him once over phone, the vibrancy is expressed. They very argued for pension updation. Despite of the fact the chairman of the negotiating committee IPS said it is not possible, still he never left the fight. He fought along with the AAOC, along with the few organizations, a battle, but he could not succeed. But anyhow, Comrade Balaji, I am going to invite my younger brother, Comrade Balaji, to address all of us.
I have to become done. Thank you.
President of this meeting and President of Association of Retired IOB's Employees, in short, ARISE, Comrade K.S. Rangarajan, our distinguished Chief Guest, respected and beloved Managing Director and CEO of Indian Overseas Bank, Shri Ajay Kumar Srivastav Ji in absentia, one of the tall leaders of IOB OA, and it is my privilege to quote AIOBU also, Comrade K.V. Acharya, President, APAR, Comrade Suprita Sarkar, General Secretary, APAR, Comrade G.D. Nada, Advisor, APAR, Comrade K. Chandrasekharan, Secretary, APAR, Tamil Nadu State, Comrade Gopinath Rao, and a very close aide of my father, my well-wisher and General Secretary of ARISE, Comrade SPC Karunakaran. Galaxy of executives of Indian Overseas Bank of the yesteryears, leaders, other leaders on the dais and off the dais, Comrade Murali, and members and delegates of ARISE, a very good evening to you all. I am thankful to Comrade K.S. Rangarajan and Comrade SPC Karunakaran for inviting me to this annual general body meeting of ARISE, and I am honored and privileged to stand before you all. Of course, many leaders who have spoken, I had the patience, I had the perseverance, I had the ability to sit there as a signatory of settlement as part of UAP. And I am going to tell you one good news, one cheerful news to the ladies. It's a really very cheerful news that we will cherish. Friends, as per the memorandum of settlement entered into between the management and its workmen, dated 10/4/2002, based on which disciplinary proceedings are happening, there is no contract, there is no provision to initiate disciplinary proceedings against award staff after retirement. But in our bank, disciplinary proceedings and charge sheets are initiated based on pension regulation. During the negotiations, I was not part of the small committee for disciplinary proceedings. Still then, I raised this issue. The moot point that I raised was bipartite settlement is a memorandum of settlement as per Industrial Dispute Act. Pension regulation is a regulation. In other words, bipartite settlement under Industrial Dispute Act is primarily a legislation, a primary legislation, and pension regulation is a subordinate legislation. It was in principle agreed by IBA to make amendments to the pension regulation in the residual issues. So this is a cheerful news. Of course, many of you here are officers, so you will not change this, but you can quote this as a relativity issue for officers also. So we are beginning with a happy note. about the transfer bypass. Medical insurance scheme. Before the discussions for medical insurance scheme, I informed Comrade KSR and Comrade Karnagaran sir about the issue that happened after the meeting. In the meeting, I pointed out certain lacunas that is providing as far medical insurance scheme is concerned. Friends, no bank is having data about medical insurance claim preferred by retirees. Not a single bank is having a data. They are depending only on insurance companies. When the meeting was held, I asked them to submit the data. They told you send me your mail ID, this, that. I told them whether you are handling it or not. And after deliberations, I had the data for serving employees. When I asked them what was the medical insurance claim ratio that was settled for serving employees, they told me we have settled 90%. And as per the data available with me for Indian Overseas Bank, it was only 60%. When I pointed out this anomaly, I told them that you are not having the data for the claim preferred by retirees. Somewhat, a few of the negotiators agreed with me. But still then, they told us that the time for giving this contract, floating RP, was limited. We will go with this settlement. Even on the date of signing the medical insurance MOU, you can read and see that I have not signed that MOU. Because I was not agreeable to that medical insurance policy. During the discussions, during the negotiations, I told IBA that IBA can form a trust on its own. The minimum guarantee benefit for retirees will be saving 18% GST. IBA told we are not for giving medical insurance. I told them whether we can give transport operator business. Because IBA is sending approved transport operator lists. I told them by forming a trust, you can also be presented. I presented a paper. By forming a trust, you can also open hospitals. You can collect the charges from the employees and banks and retirees as well. And you can ask the employees to go for medical certificates from the concerned hospitals for granting sick leave. This is prevailing in LIC as well as State Bank of India. When I raised all these points, the MOU was prepared behind me. MOU was ready. I was not agreeable in principle for the MOU. Because as per the present medical insurance policy, you will get an insurance cover of 2 lakh and you will get 2 lakh only if you are doing coronary angio bypass grafting. Other than that, it will be worth less than 2 lakh. Then what is the purpose of insuring for 2 lakh? But in democracy, when other affiliates are agreeing, other major workman affiliate is agreeing, and my counterpart from NCB, for them it is not relevant. It is the decision of the majority that means. And yesterday we had a NCB state conference at Trichy, where I met Comrade Bandalish. I told him, you should find a way that it should be in-house for both retirees and pensioners. And the premium should be borne by the bank. This was the suggestion that I have given to him, and everybody was talking about residual issues. Comrades, this is the first time minutes of discussions has been signed with a time frame of 6 months. And I tell you that these residual issues will be settled before 30th July. All the residual issues will be discussed and mutually settled before 30th July. Another important thing I forgot to tell you about this medical insurance. When we were looking about the exorbitant claims for serving employees, we could find that even for minor ailments, they are charged 2 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs. I was informed, I took 3 or 4 bills. I asked them how much amount a hospital is about to charge. And I was told it is as per GIPSA index. I tell you, it is not a GIPSA index, it is a CAPSA index. This is how exorbitant charge is being charged both from serving as well as retired employees by the hospitals. Luckily, you have got a Supreme Court judgment and advocates here, they know better that rates for hospital treatment should be submitted. Supreme Court has given a directive. Pension updation. Everybody was talking. Of course, I am too small to talk about this. Still then, I will tell you one thing. Because some references were made to load factor. The consumer price index was at 6,573 points as on 1/11/2017. The very same consumer index rose to 8,559 points as on 31/8/2022. The average increase of consumer price index was 331 points per year. In the 1980s, the average increase of CPI was only 22 points per year. In the 90s, the average increase of consumer price index was only 53 points per year. In the 2000 to 2010, the average increase of CPI was only 123 points per year. In the 2010 decade, 2010 to 2020, the average increase of CPI was only 187 points. That is why loading was higher those times. If I am wrong, Comrade SPC and Comrade KSR can correct me. This would have been probably the one reason why loading was high those days and loading has become less these days. And I tell you, comrades, I am telling about the steep increase of 331 points consumer price index rise per year from 2017. I again remind you humbly that I am a leader of non-political trade union organization. Please don't think it otherwise. This is one case. This steep increase of consumer price index is one case where pension updation is very essential. The steep increase of pension consumer price index has, with alarming level of inflation, with every dose of price rise, the pension amount of the retirees are not only dipping, but it is also getting eroded. So there is an urgent need for pension updation. Of course, I was also following the circulars of AV Park. Recently, some few months, I remember, Comrade Acharya has sent a circular by suffixing only one word. I'll read that circular. Pension is neither a bounty nor a matter of grace, depending upon the sweet will of the employer. And the word suffix is not an ex gratia payment. Yes, I was also not agreeable for this ex gratia, but still then, in the 10th bipartite settlement, in the memorandum of understanding as well as settlement, a clause has been inserted where the serving employee organizations do not have a mandate to negotiate for retirees. But by signing successive MOUs with the serving employee organizations, IBA has taken a U-turn on their own stand. This is the victory of both serving as well as retired employees. This has to be celebrated. I remember this arise was started in the year 2000. If my memory serves right, BRS scheme was announced in our bank, not only in our bank, in other banks also in 2000. The BRS scheme, after accepting their BRS applications, after relieving them, the bank told that the residual service of 5 years will not be counted. It was Comrade SPC Karunakaran who fought the battle, legal battle, and won it, and sure that he will win in the ongoing tussle of pension updation as well as other issues. I extend my sincere thanks for the invitation, for your affection and love carried through. Before that, I'll tell you that there are other issues also. Midnight signing of the settlement. Comrade Suprita Sarkar was telling me. That could have been due to objection raised by some constituent. Some constituent would have raised objections over the settlement or minutes of understanding, and that could have caused the delay. So it was not a secret one. There was no consensus, because you have to see, when you are a part of negotiating team, now they are taking a stand. If you are not signing, we will not call you for the next meeting. So some constituent would have disagreed. After knowing all the legal propositions, it would have been signed. So that was the reason for the midnight signing of settlements. As for dearness allowance, I also told that Comrade SPC that as per pension regulation, pension employees should be paid, pensioners should be paid the same DA as applicable to employees. And it has been marked under residual issues. This shifting of base year from 1961 to 2016 will not only benefit employees but also pensioners with a higher rounding of amount. And at this juncture, I will recall you that AOBU was formed in the year 1949. To be precisely accurate, it was on 6th February 1949. Comrade Nagaya was the founder chairman, founder general secretary of AOBU, and the first demand raised by AOBU was increase of dearness allowance from 22 rupees 8 annas to 25 rupees with the private management. The management did not agree. The interim Sent tribunal was formed and the DA was taken, but Comrade Nagaya lost the job. So the plight of bank employees is always fighting for their rights. So with this, in this residual issues, this base year of 2016 will be settled for pensioners also. I am very confident about this. And with this, I once again thank the organizers and as a part of workmen union, I request you to repeat the slogan. I remember it was coined by Comrade SBC, but I have heard this long time.
Voice of bank workers. Voice of bank workers. Voice of bank pensioners. Inqilab, Inqilab, Inqilab Zindabad.
Thank you, Balaji. One announcement today. Car number TN06A2151. If I request the owner of the car to please take out the car because it is obstructing the other vehicle movement. Coming and attending this meeting. I will give a warm applause to lady doctors. They want to know what is operation, when we are going to get. My husband is every day conveying, but they are not achieving it. Probably they have listened to the speeches of Sukrito Sarkar and Comrade Achari, and probably they will go with a active mind. Now we request Comrade Mrs. Sainer also come, the first time. I have not seen her. That's it. Anyhow, I will take it next time. Comrade Shah, come. After that, Comrade Gopinath Rao will be giving a brief address. Then, what are time we can. Please wait. Dinner is arranged. Please wait until we will complete it another 10 minutes.
So, Comrade Prem Kumar, General Secretary of BGNews1 Officers Association would have very much like to be present demonstrators, but because of the bereavement of his family, he has to be away. So, if you can make it, we have sent a message. I would like to read out the message. Greetings on the annual general body meeting of ARISE 2024. Respected leaders of ARISE, the Association for IOB Retirees, on the dais and off the dais. Respected leaders of AABPRC, the crusader for protecting the benefits of retired bank employees of the country. Respected MD and CEO of the beloved bank, Sri Ajay Kumar Srivastava, my good friend and Health Secretary of AUDU and President of NCBE, Comrade R. Balaji, respected members of ARISE and SPF active members and veteran leaders of IUDOA, my pranam to one and all. It is a proud moment to me and honor to IUDOA when I was assigned to deliver the greetings on this wonderful occasion of annual general body meeting of ARISE. While I have been all preparedness to be amidst a galaxy of leaders and veteran IOBians of SPF years, a sudden news of bereavement in the family circle eluded me to attend and cherish the wonderful moment. I regret and express my sincere apologies to all present here for not being able to be amidst you all. Though I am traveling miles away, my heart and mind is here only. ARISE, the abbreviated word of Association of Retired IOBs Employees, always remind me the saying of Swami Vivekananda. ARISE, awake, wait not till the goal is achieved. As comrades, ARISE always raise its voice for the right cause, never wait for time but immediately plunge into action, and above all, the leaders of ARISE never rest till the goal is achieved. It is evident from the active role and supplemental act of providing data and facts by ARISE to IPAR, their apex organization. The retirees in the banking industry are benefited by way of achievement under 1. Enhanced family pension, revised DA to pre-2002 pensioners, one more option for resigned employees to join the pension scheme. Leaders of ARISE are known for their resilience, commitment and rich knowledge in trade union activities. We are fortunate to get our tutelage from the veteran leaders of ARISE, and we have been upholding the rich tradition learned from them that participative management is the best principle. We have been adopting the same in all our endeavors. The most awaited benefit of retired bank employees pension updation and the enormous efforts being put forth by AIPPRC with the able assistance of ARISE is known to everyone in banking industry. I wish and pray that the reasonable and just demand of pension updation will become a reality in the days to come. Though, as a first step, a formula of escalature is introduced in the recently concluded 12th bipartite settlement. We, the trade union for serving employees, will always work towards the same. With these few words, I extend greetings and wishes on behalf of me and on behalf of IOBOA for the annual general body meeting of ARISE, inaugurated today with the business session tomorrow. Comrades, there is no iota of doubt that this meeting is going to be the talk of banking industry for the coming days, for the fact that this meeting of ARISE is going to enlighten us through the pearls of wisdom from the veteran leaders of trade union about matters of importance and concern for the retired bank employees in the country. Wishing the function all success. With revolutionary greetings, S. Prem Kumar, General Secretary IOBOA. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Shaji, for reading out the message. Now I request Comrade Gopinath Rao. We used to call them Ram Lakshman, Gopi and Acharya, Teen Cover, tallest leader from whom I have taken charge as the president of IOBOA during 2002.
I know, that's what it is. President of ARISE, my dearest comrade K. Swangarajan, General Secretary Comrade Karunakaran, leader, and the president of the apex body of the various organizations in the banking industry today, and the most darling of all the retiree members, Comrade Acharya, General Secretary Comrade Suprito Sarkar, and advisor Comrade Nara, Comrade Chandru, I address him as Chandru, no mistake, Comrade Chandru from Indian Bank, and very happy that my good old friend, who is no more of course, who was the Assistant General Secretary during my time as President, representing from Madurai, Mr. Ramaswamy's son, is today the General Secretary of the proud organization in which I was also a member when I started my career in Indian Ocean Bank. That is All India Ocean Bank employees from Comrade Balaji. Many leaders from different organizations are present here. At our request, they have come down to show their solidarity with ARISE as the members of AIPPRC. And more than anything, I am very happy that many executives, retired executives, have come down to be with us to show that we are always with you and then to bless us. Very, very special thanks to them also. And very especially I have got to make a mention about two persons. One is Mr. Kupaswamy. Please take care. Mr. Kupaswamy from Indian Bank. In AIPPRC, we call him as the Bhishma Pitamaha. Because by age, he is 82 plus. Then a eldest amongst all the leaders in AIPPRC. So he has responded to our request. Likewise, Mr. Krishnamurthy from Bangalore, he is the president, the general secretary of the state unit of AIPPRC. He is also here, and also he is the
Senior Vice President of AGM, he has come down. Likewise, many leaders from different offices have come. We are very happy that you all have responded to our request and we partake on this very happy occasion. Perhaps you all have heard from the leaders about all the issues pertaining to the retirees, and having heard from the horse mouth, and that too in a very lucid way, the leaders have explained about the issues that is pending, issues that have been resolved, and issues that is going to be resolved through the courts. All those things have been very clearly mentioned, and I don't want to go into the details of all those things, but my choice of coming down and standing before you is only to say very big thank you for all of you for responding to the invitation and making this organization's conference a grand success. And our chairman, in addition, though he is not here, I have got to thank him for one reason. He made our heart lighter for the reason the issue of remorse, which we all had forgotten, and we never felt that it is going to be discussed at all. But still, on his own, he made a remark and said that he would like to see to it that something is done to revive the remorse, and also to see that some benefit is given to the retirees as far as the medical insurance is concerned. Well, friends, you all have heard about it. Perhaps you will be going back with your light heart, because some of the issues that has been resolved and issues which was burning, and that also is going to be finding the light of the day is what we expect. So we hope that things is going to be very much brighter as issues of the employees have been resolved without a strike this time. The settlement, bipartite settlement that has been signed for the first time in the industry level, I should say, has been done without a day's strike. It's a history they have created. So likewise, this year is going to be something very special. Even the government seems to be a little generous. They have resolved the issues of the banking employees and the officers. They have resolved the issues of the LIC, and that way we hope that the issues of the retirees also will see the light of the day, and particularly the updation of pension will certainly come to all of us, and we will be the happiest when the year comes to an end. Well, ours is an organization, ours is a tribe. As though our chairman said that retirees number is more than the working employees, that he should also understand that it is a managing tribe. What it was, many members who are eligible to get certain benefits are not there to enjoy those benefits. And we don't know, as we are aging, what will be our future. We are not very sure, but still, we hope that when the final call comes before that, we will be the happiest to see to it that the issues of ours is resolved. And with that hope, I would like to say a big thank you to all of you, and particularly to Mr. Ranganathan Karnakaran, who gave me the opportunity to again come and stand before you and to say a few words of mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gopi, for your nice words, and stick to your times. I think Comrade Kubaresan has come, Comrade Ray Ratan Babu has come, and Sumati Iyer. She is from Canara Bank. She is a governing council member of AIB. She volunteered, not now, long time back that I want to be there, and I will be a volunteer to coordinate all our Comrade Sumati Iyer has come. Now I request Comrade SPC Karnakaran to propose a vote of thanks, and also he will give his views on the very critical issue of upgradation and special offences.
Before that, I request Comrade JD to brief regarding the Supreme Court case that is being expected every time to be heard. So I request Comrade JD to speak briefly about that update regarding the Supreme Court case. Members who want to move, let them move now itself. Who want to remain till life, say what of thanks, let them remain.
Comrades, I request all the comrades to take their seats. It is a matter of 2 more minutes before we disperse for dinner, sumptuous dinner. Thank you, Comrade Karnakaran, to give me an opportunity to update the House about Supreme Court case on pension updation. Comrade, that case has completed a long journey, few more miles to go. Some 7 comrades filed a case in Chandigarh High Court. They lost it there for the reason that though Regulation 25(1) was there, they didn't quote this in the court. They quoted only the settlement and minutes of the small committee meeting, which was constituted to frame the regulations, including updation of pension. It was very convenient for IBA to play mischief. And they also hidden the 35(1) regulation which provides for pension updation. And they filed their counter in Chandigarh High Court that there is no provision for updation in the regulations, and minutes do not confer any right on the pensioners to get the benefit of updation. The High Court, they dismissed the petition of the pensioners, telling that minutes do not give you a right for updation. It's only regulation which gives you a right. So you are advised to use the negotiating skills of your unions and associations and get the regulation framed and then raise the issue. So they lost it for wrong reason, because they were not aware that there existed a regulation called 35(1). When they filed SLP in Supreme Court, we from Arise implemented ourselves in the case in the name of Comrade D.K. Hans, who was sitting here. So we are one of the implementers. But the greatness of Arise is that though we are only the implementers, Comrade LPC Karnakaran in IVAPA conference and governing council meetings has been repeatedly making announcement that entire cost of Supreme Court case, MC Singla case for pension updation, will be borne by Arise. And he made statement in Bangalore conference that we are prepared to spend up to 1 crore rupees for this case. So that is greatness of Arise. Other affiliates also have volunteered token contribution towards that. But to tell you what exactly the position of the case is, that on 21st November 2023, Supreme Court has admitted the SLP and converted this into appeal. And it has been transferred from non-miscellaneous cases, miscellaneous cases to non-miscellaneous cases. Non-miscellaneous cases are heard for final arguments on every Wednesday and Thursday in the Supreme Court. So we have been getting some computer generated dates for quite some time after 21st November 23. But those dates are removed from the system before the actual date comes, because those dates are Wednesday or Thursday. Recently it was again posted for 19th. And 19th again was not Wednesday or Thursday. So it has now been posted to 20th. But because there was a big list for 20th, it is dropped that, and now the system in Supreme Court is that once it has reached the stage of non-miscellaneous case, it is due for final arguments on Wednesday or Thursday. So until and unless our turn comes for final arguments in Supreme Court, our case will be listed on every Wednesday and Thursday. So we hope that in a short duration of time, we will get opportunity that we will be heard finally in Supreme Court. And we are confident on merits of the case that judgment should be in our favor. But unless it comes, we keep our fingers crossed. So this is one about Supreme Court case. My request to you, comrades, will be that don't buy the rumors, don't go by rumors that funds are not there, IB is selling this and all that. Have trust in leadership, which is committed to cause of pension updation, and God willing, the leadership's efforts with your total commitment and support will win the case. Another thing I would like to tell you, Francis, briefly, that in Park, we have got a recent addition as affiliate, and one of the biggest affiliates in the form of Bank of Baroda Retired Officers Association. Comrade T.K. Balu is here from Bank of Baroda with his team, Chennai-based team. And we are so happy on their joining us that they come with more than 14,000 members to join IVAPA. And reason for their joining is that they were impressed with the activities of IVAPA, and they wanted Comrade Acharya, Comrade Supremo Sarkar to come and address them in their core committee meeting, but they were preoccupied with other activities, and they assigned the job of going and presenting the activities of our park to core committee of Bank of Baroda Retired Officers Association to me. I went there, I addressed their core group for almost 2 hours, and I delayed their lunch time in that process. But it was a good experience for me too, and that was the turning point. They took a provisional decision to join Iowa Park as affiliate. They said we'll complete the formalities of going to our executive committee, taking their authorization, and then do it. And within few months, they became part of us, and we feel proud that a very strong organization like Bank of Baroda Retired Officers Association is with us formally as one of our strongest affiliates. A hearty welcome to you, Comrade Balu, once again. Though you have attended Governing Council meetings of Iowa Park, but because this is an opportunity to tell our house that Bank of Baroda Retired Officers Association is with us. And I went and addressed them in Jaipur in one of their meetings, and I was so impressed. I found them so brotherly, so committed, and so affectionate, so loving. I think I am yet to see such organization which has got so much of concern for the community of bank pensioners. With these few words, I thank President and General Secretary of ARISE who have given me an opportunity to share my thoughts on these two issues with you. Thank you very much.
It is 7:44. I would like to finish in 10 minutes. I thank every one of you who have come here, our own members and office bearers and members from other affiliates, and like the working president, Comrade Krishnamurthy, Comrade Kapuswamy, and of course, people on the dais. I'm really happy that I command the confidence of at least a good number of people still and really here. I like to tell only a few things on a matter of principle, not on the issues, because issues are being governed by everybody. Let us understand only one thing, that justice nowhere means, if there is injustice in any place, it means there can be justice in any other place. You cannot have justice in your case and the injustice of another man's case. One instance, if today in banks more and more jobs are outsourced, and if we say that we want to remain IOB a public sector, where jobs are privatized, I will turn a blind eye, then we are not moral, we are not ethical. If we say pension is a deferred wage, it has to be paid. Then the real time wages of those people who are outsourced should also be paid as being paid by the normal workers to the bank employees. If you are going to be insensitive to such kind of injustice, then we cannot expect justice from the management. Even in a place like USA, who is a capitalist country, even if you want to outsource, you cannot pay less than what you are going to pay as wages to a normal worker on your roads. Here we claim as ourselves as a sovereign, democratic, socialist, secular republic. I don't know what kind of socialism is this. You say you are a public sector, only and we are not sensitive to those things. Even pension regulation, it was introduced, they told for part-time workers, if he has to get full pension, then he has to work full-time. This in the sense, if he has drawn 1/3 wages, to earn full pension, he has to work 99 years. Is it possible? That was the settlement. For others, 30 years. For them, 33, since they are having only 1/3, to earn that pension, 1/3 pension, they have to work for 99 years. It was rectified much later on. And another unfortunate thing is, I am not blaming anybody, I am only educating Comrade Bharat. I can take liberty with him. In the sense, we should not fight for rights which are already enshrined. A signing settlement for a right which is already there. Now, pension regulation, for example, it only says what should be the procedure for conducting disciplinary proceedings. It does not say that he can initiate disciplinary proceedings. No. If he can initiate disciplinary proceedings because of some settlement, some regulation, then the procedure to be followed is, what is that? And if the settlement does not provide for it, why they should initiate in our bank or other bank? And why should have a separate settlement for it? The attitude of the management, I'm telling you. Again, Comrade Balaji only told his story to me. Sometimes they had a settlement which says that if you have twins, then the maternity leave will be, instead of 6 months, will be 8 months in one bank. Whereas that the lady gave birth to triplets. The man wrote to that lady saying that since you have given birth to triplets, the settlement says only for twins I can give 8 months and triplets I cannot give, so I give only 6 months. See, the officer emanates a note, he says no. Then they write to IBA, and IBA also agrees, yes, what they say is correct. Only for twins I can give 8 months, for triplets there is no provision. These are kind of mentality, and for that they have to again go for a settlement. Does it require any sense? Does it require any settlement? How you can be so mean in the first place? Forget about all other things, settlement, everything. For twins, why are in 6-8 months? Because it's difficult to bring up the children. And when somebody is given birth to triplets, no, I will not do it. What happened to your heart? Forget about logic, the reason, everything. Where is the heart in these things? And how it emanates. It is not that some junior officer at the desk level, he has put up a verbal note and MD has declined. No. In most cases, the junior officers, our own officers, even in our time when we are in service, our own police, who are now retired, may be sitting here. He will emanate all negative notes. It goes to MD, he also finds it okay. First of all, we should have a change of heart. Sensitive to injustice in any place. Only justice will come to us. Now, you see, it's an organization. It may not be relevant to you. In the sense, it has been, your demand has been achieved, you may belong to that, whatever it is. An organization conducts a meeting, and this meeting is held after so many years, after the COVID and all those things. And many of the Madras comrades have been fine. I can have consolation, I can say so many things. No, the hall is paid, so we are not able to see the real crowd. No, it's not true. They are not come. Just because we have told them that we are going to webcast, it is meant for outsiders who are in outstation, not for people in Madras. And he says that jolly well sit in webcast like yes. If that is going to be attitude, how do you expect justice from ID and DFS and all those people? Why should they care for you? People should understand, unless you strengthen the organization and if you show that you are with the organization, merely saying that I have paid my subscription as if it's a meal ticket, that's not enough. We have to show our solidarity by the presence in all demonstrations, in bankas, in whatever calls and organization gives. Yes, every time you get a chance, if you don't like the people like me, you can always say get out. That chance is always there. At that exercise the choice, but not when a call is given. I always tell, even when I was in IOA, there is no question of democracy in any struggle. The leadership gives a call, you have to obey it. And a time will come, the election time. At that time, you show your anger, wrath, whatever it is. Not during this time. So, regarding issues, we are very, very confident that we will win most these main two issues, the special allowance and this pension application. Pension application, forget about this regulation 35(1). Even otherwise, you will be entitled because they have told me so many times that you are on par with government employees. I cannot give anything extra to you. They have signed the MOU and the first time they gave the pension formula, it is exactly identical to what was given by the government. If you go to the pay commission, the 1986, the same formula was given to us for updation. No, nothing is changed. Then in 2003 it was amended because RBI got pension updation in 2002. It was again withdrawn in 2008, but in 2002 RBI got the pension updation, so it was amended for us. To enable that, we will get the pension updation by announcing that by publishing the formula in the appendix 1. I do not understand why unions are telling that there is no provision. Okay, you say there is provision, let the IBA say there is no provision. Why you should say there is no provision when there is a provision? Otherwise, what is the need for amendment in 2003? There is a need for amendment. Saying that shall be updated by formula, why should they do all these things? If there is no purpose. So that paper was amended only because of RBI gave that pension updation. Unfortunately, it was not implemented. Let the EOP say that 35(1) implement. See, implementing an existing entertainment is easier than asking for a new demand. For an existing entertainment, there is no question of cost. Whereas if you raise a new demand, they can always talk of cost. The pension application we will get and we have to get, we deserve to get it. Let us have no doubt about it. The pension is a Supreme Court case may take some time, maybe a week, maybe 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, or 2 months, not beyond that. Let us come to the final hearing stage. We have been to the lawyers and they are also convinced with all the facts and the inputs we are given. Regarding special allowance, there are Supreme Court cases recently in 2022, 21 and all, which says very clearly anything which is payable universally, normally, universally, only and this ordinarily to all the employees across the board, which will be taken as wage only, it's a basic wage entitled for other benefits. So we are very confident that in the case of special allowance, we definitely win in the court. But when we go to the court, it takes a time, some time, that's all. And special allowance is also we will win, this also we will win. Regarding GST, we have been impressing the government One reason, we are not asking that we are senior citizens, we are become aged, so have mercy on us. No. You are asking a rational reason. See, for the same cover of 2 lakh, let us say that, a 20-year man, old man will pay 10,000 rupees. Whereas a senior citizen will have to pay 60,000 rupees. So what is the benefit to both? Only 2 lakh cover. For a 2 lakh cover, he pays 10,000 rupees, so GST is paid on 10,000. Whereas to me, he may charge 40,000 rupees, and on that he will ask me to pay GST. But the benefit is the same. And I am already paying more premium. There is itself a decent benefit. And on top of that, you ask me to pay GST on 40,000. No. For insurance, especially it's a contingent risk. For that, the GST should be levied not on the premium paid, should be levied on the cover amount. You levy on the cover amount, it will be equal to all. When the benefit is the same, whether it is 2 lakh for him or 2 lakh for me, how I can pay more tax? Because I pay more premium when I am already overburdened. So GST has to be revised. Either it has to be lowered for us or it has to be based on the cover amount, not on the premium amount. Same with subsidy. Bankers have to pay legitimate employment. Forget about legally, they will say you don't have to pay, but legitimate. Why I am getting disease? Why I am having some ailment and old age? It is because of the stresses. You go to any doctor, they will say, you smoked long time back, you were drinking at that time, that's your liver is spoiled. So which means that anything which happened at my young age is having its effect at my old age. So the stress I put to because of my work hours when I work in the bank, it is having an effect on me now. So just like pension is deferred wage, this deferred disease also only you are responsible. So you have to reimburse it. For deferred disease, you are responsible, you have to pay me. So it's a legitimate demand by us regarding medical insurance. And I want to thank at this juncture our lawyer, Comrade Shevaram, who was our former colleague in IOB. He is taking meticulous care of our Supreme Court case, and we are very confident, as I told you, that we win that case. We've been several in this special owners case also, and I'm very happy that wonderful speeches are made here. Thank you, thank every one of you. And Comrade Balaji was telling about the slogan which I used to use in those days, in 1970s and 80s. I used to attend so many demonstrations, not only banks, university teachers and government servants, all those things. It reminds me of those olden days that actually the slogan was like this: voice of the workers, voice of the toilers, voice of the revolutionaries, Inqilab, Inqilab Zindabad. Thank you.
Comrade, before we raise the national anthem, the press people have come and from Press Information Bureau. They have taken the press briefing from both Comrade Acharya and Comrade Subhasha Sarkar. And press release will be given with photographs tomorrow morning so that it will be flashed on almost national days. With this, let us raise for national anthem. After that, let us request all of you.